Hello, race fans. Welcome to We are here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway, live on the OSRN network. I'm Tanner Sharp, and alongside me here in the booth tonight is Mr. David Everly. And David, welcome for Auto Club here tonight. We are here tonight for the 2018 Extreme Motorsports 99.com, their NASCAR Xfinity Series. And we are at the famed Auto Club Speedway way out west here in Fontana, California. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Tanner. Definitely looking forward to a fast speedway here tonight. Multiple lanes, but I think once they get running, though, I think it's going to be a one or two lane racetrack here tonight.
Multiple lanes indeed, depending upon how much grip we have out there here tonight. But let's talk about the racetrack since we're already talking about it here. Auto Club Speedway is a 2-mile D-shaped oval racetrack out here in Fontana, California, so closer to Hollywood. On the front, in the turns, the banking of the degrees of banking in the corners is 14 degrees of banking, 11 degrees on the front straightaway. 3 degrees on the back straightaway, but that back straightaway is extremely bumpy because you'll see these drivers really bounce up and down that back straightaway here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. So multiple lanes, and we'll see how this race will progress here tonight. If it's going to change, how many lanes it's going to change here tonight. But let's talk about the drivers now. We've already ran one race so far this season. And I was back at the Daytona International Speedway, which was won by Tommy Haynes. And speaking of that, let's check out the point standings here. Tommy Haynes, your current championship point leader, who won Daytona last week, is your championship leader. Davis Richards in second in points, 5 points behind the championship leader Tommy Haynes. Jeremy Rigney is in third in points, 5 point back, and Wally Tierheimer is fourth in points, but here's the kicker. Second, third, and fourth are tied for second place in points with 42 points, thanks to all them bonus points from Daytona a week ago. So those guys are tied in points. Fifth in points is Bryce Sinisek, 6 points back with 41 points. Gary Wobolt, 7 points back in sixth with 40 points. Mike Rominger is seventh in points. He is tied with Jason Wells in seventh, both 9 points back, 38 points to those drivers. Ninth in points, we still got another tie, Dakota Craig, 13 points back from the championship leader, along with Joshua Gillen and Cameron Hearn. That rounds out the top 11 actually in points. So it's still early in the season. A lot of drivers tied in points due to the bonus points they received a week ago in Daytona. But a lot of that should change as this race is today here at the Auto Club Speedway for the Boyd Gaming 300. All right, Dave. Well, the track setting today is a late afternoon setting. I do believe drivers are in a qualification standpoint right now. Less than 30 seconds until that's over with. So the weather for today is realistic weather, 67 degrees, track temperature 75. So it is relatively grippy out there in a late afternoon setting with the winds coming from the south at 8 miles an hour. And I'm sure with this Fontana, California setup that these drivers are using in a fixed setup setting, because every driver is using the same setup, and I'm pretty sure they're using the default iRacing setup, that these cars should get loose as a race goes on. That's just from my past experience. But again, I was driving this in a different weather setting, so that's just a one man's opinion, of course. And of course, the fuel load tonight, 65% fuel load. So they are not doing a whole fuel run. So they're going to have to visit pit road quite a few times here tonight. 100 laps these guys are going to be turning around this D-shaped oval at Auto Club Speedway. So half a distance of a regular NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series race. Okay, so drivers are now gridded up and we are ready to go. Let's read off the grid. Cameron Hearn, the number 67 Sherwin-Williams Camaro, is on the pole here tonight. Mike Rominger will start in second. Josh Ward is going to start in third. He'll be side by side in fourth spot. Hunter McDaniel. Steve Dotz rounds out the top 5 with Ken Huber starting 6th. David Elliott is going to round out in 7th. Nice Texas Roadhouse paint scheme. Jason Wells is going to start in 8th. Michael Atkins Jr. in 9th. And Richie Davis, nice Exalta paint scheme, is going to round out the top 10. That's Richie Evans. Eric Teskey is going to start in 11th here tonight. Ken Ladd has yet the grid, but he's going to start in 12th. John Wimbish is going to start 13th. Mike Franklin in 14th. Coda Gregg will start 15th. Brent Kuehl in 16th. Bryce Sinisek in the 17th spot here tonight. Marty Ray will start in 18th. Chris Voiles in 19th. And rounding out the top 20, Chris Kucha. Gary Cleaver is going to start in 21st tonight. That's a pretty good paint scheme, autism awareness paint scheme tonight. Jeremy Rigney is going to start 22nd. Randy Perdue is going to start 23rd. Tommy Haynes, your championship point leader, is going to start from deep in the field of 24th. Bryce Whitson Jr., the Be the Match paint scheme here tonight, is going to start 25th. Josh Gillen is going to start 26th. Scott Mitten, 27th. Gary Wobel, 28th. Nick Hunt, 29th. Travis Pryor, 30th. 31st. And Andy Starcher. So the way I'm counting here, 28 cars have gridded up. They are ready to go. So that means 28 cars are going to start the event here tonight, the Auto Club Speedway. Dave, final thoughts before we take the green flag.
This one here, I think this one's going to come down to pit strategy. Definitely being able to use the draft a little bit. Patience is definitely going to be a key factor in this race tonight.
Interesting you said something about pit stops because Auto Club Speedway is known for fuel mileage races. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I do have my information up for when they do pit. And this is going to be a slobber knocker of an event here at the Auto Club Speedway. I'm really looking forward to this. I like running this racetrack on the iRacing Sim. And I'm sure a lot of these guys like running it. Maybe you could be a short track fan and hate those big 2 mile or mile and a half racetracks. But nonetheless, we are at Auto Club here tonight for race number 2 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com NASCAR Xfinity Series. Pace car is in. Cameron Hearn is your race leader. He is the control car. He's on the loud pedal, the gas pedal, and boogity, boogity, boogity. In DW's words, we're going racing, boys, at Auto Club. Nice big old jump from Cameron Hearn as they go down into the 14 degrees of banking of turns 1 and 2 for the first time this evening. There is a car that is blinking. It is a white paint scheme according to my screen here. Number 60, Steve Dotz. Have to keep an eye on as the race goes on. First side-by-side battles between Josh Ward and the number 57 of Hunter McDaniel. And as soon as I say that, they are going to go single file here as they head down into turn 3 and 4, 14 degrees of banking. First side-by-side battles in the back between the number 2 of Michael Atkins Jr. Actually, as soon as I talk about that, they break up as Cameron Hearn leads the very first lap of the evening.
One lap down, 99 to go. But these guys are acting like it's they're trying to get that track position early.
Yeah, sometimes it is important to get that track position early, Dave. That's a good point. You kind of want to get that track position early, especially if you qualify in the top 10. That's actually good news. That just means you got a top 10 running car. Oh, we got a little bit of skirmish in the back of the field here, going 3, maybe 4 wide. I did see 3 wide at one point. Who's that back there? I'm trying to see. I don't think nobody hit the wall. I know they were, now they're all single file. They're getting really close to the outside wall. 24 machine is back here with it's Richie Evans, 10th, 12th place. Pretty much a hornet's nest on back. Everybody kind of riding in a line, following somebody. Number 82, Mike Franklin, on the bottom side of the 28 machine of Chris Voiles. Chris Voiles is on the high side. He's being under fire from the 09 of Bryce Sinisek. Hardy's machine. Hardy's Ford Mustang, that is. Oh, car in the wall, and on the coming off turn number 4, who was that? It was a green car, number 23, Chris Kucha. Everybody's going to split him. They're going to put him in the middle here. And there's no restrictor plates on these cars. You don't need restrictor plate racing for a big track like this, in my opinion. I think the more speed, the better, especially when it comes to a handling race car. Looks like Chris Kucha is going to be okay after hitting the wall, but it's still early. Hopefully he didn't damage it too bad.
Yeah, looks
Nothing
just
has...
like a
Oh, go ahead.
scrape though. I mean, he's only got a little bit of right side damage there, right by the right front tire. So not too bad, but that will affect his aerodynamics a little bit.
Yeah, aerodynamics has been really, realistically, in my past experience on iRacing, I don't know if it's a glitch on my end or what. Maybe you race fans or any of you guys watching tonight's broadcast here on OSRN, I mean, maybe you can help me out. If you do iRacing, do you think aerodynamics is more meaningful or more sensitive than it's ever been on iRacing? I think it has it, but of course, that's just a one man's opinion basis. Tell you about a driver that's kind of losing a lot of spots since the drop of the green flag, Dave. Let's try. I'm gonna call it his name. We get eyes on him. That would be Eric Teskey, number 96. Started 11th, and he's back there in 20th, and he's got a rear view mirror full of Travis Pryor. Nothing has changed up towards the front, by the way, folks. But I tell you what, Eric Teskey has lost 9 spots since the drop of the green flag. I don't know if he has sustained any maybe damage, or maybe just trying to wait for the tire pressures to come out. Oh yeah, he has damage on the right front quarter panel, so he was in the wall as well.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad though. I mean, I'm not going to worry much about Eric Tesk. Just like Joe White used to call him, the Ice Man from the Netherlands. Definitely, he's got some ice in his skin, so I think he's got a good chance of getting back up there. He's just got to run this run out, get down into pit road, get that little bit of damage fixed, and I have a feeling we'll see him closer to the front here as the race goes on.
Yep, lot of time indeed. That's for sure. A lot of time to figure. If you're running all right, right now he's running 41.2s out there on the speedway compared to the race leader's 41.1. So he's only running a 10 slower, so he should be okay. Just kind of run the line right now and let the race come to you. But I tell you what, might be getting a little closer for a battle for a race lead. Only separated by 4/10 of a second, 3/10 of a second at the line. That would be between Mike Rominger and the number 9. He is hunting down your race leader and pole sitter, Cameron Hearn. So nothing side-by-side battling just yet. Just kind of keep an eye on lap times and the intervals. Rominger trying to catch him. Good run maybe off the corner exit. Actually, he's getting closer each time they go down on a turn number 3. Hunter McDaniel sitting in third back there, but okay, so nothing's really happening yet, but I do want to try to keep an eye on those intervals. What's our first side-by-side battle here? Everybody is pretty content in single file. I think I may have found one. 24, Richie Evans. Like he was just under attack there from Marty Ray. Gonna clear Marty. Marty might come back to do a crossover if he gets a good run off corner exit. Yes, he does. Marty Ray to the inside of the number 24 of Richie Evans. This is a battle for 12th on the speedway. It looks like Richie got a good run on corner exit. Back there, back behind these guys. How about the number 12 of John Wimbish? He's just getting past number 4 of Brent Kuehl, who's battling side by side right now with the 09 of Bryce Sinisek. There is another Bryce right there in the number 99, Bryce Whitson Jr.
Battle of the Bryces.
Yeah, number 4 is in the outside wall, almost making contact with Bryce Whitson. That would be the number 4 of Brent Kuehl. That was scary. I don't think there was contact between the 99, though. I think the 99 seemed in the wall, and he just made a verse of action. No, there was no contact.
Yeah, the 4 Brent Cole in that drive, don't guess, diabetes vehicle right there, that Ford Mustang, he's got some heavy damage, though, on the right. I mean, it pushed that fender in. He's got some damage on the hood. It's definitely going to affect his aerodynamics.
Yeah, I just wonder how much of aerodynamics it's going to affect these fellas here tonight, because that grip is certainly helping them out. I don't know, Dave. You seen any good old action happening out there on the racetrack? I am seeing the number. Who's that back there? Number 96, Eric Teskey. Got damage. I know he's fighting though.
Yeah, he's still battling 81 of Travis Pryor, but you got Jeremy Rigney, Randy Perdue, and Chris Boyles all right there as Travis Pryor completes the pass on Eric Tesk. Is he now looking to the inside of 4 of Brent Cole? So he is just chopping away here, now trying to get up into the 17th position. Yes, he did. He took away the 17th position. So Travis Pryor, uh, guy that just moved up, went in the K&N series last season, now racing in the trucks and the Xfinity. So he is definitely up here showing that he may be a young buck, but he's wanting to show that he can compete.
Yep, absolutely. All right, we're still in the early stages here. Let's kind of go through the top 10s since we're past 12 laps so far. And it looks like Cameron Hearn got loose on the apron just a little bit. Now that means he's just going to give up time to Mike Rominger. And here we go, battle for the lead for the first time today. Mike Rominger, Cameron Hearn. Looks like Cameron's going to give that lead up and give it to Mike. New leader, Mike Rominger, the number 9, Napa Auto Parts, Chevy Camaro.
Yeah, the Mr. Extreme, Mike Rominger, the 9 machine there, got around. He is going to lead his first lap here. I don't think Cameron Hearn's too worried right now. We're only 12 laps in. We still got 87 laps to go here as they complete lap 12 on lap 13. So he's still got time. He just wants to make sure Mike Rominger does not pull away. Now, the question of this is going to be, is it's going to come down to pit strategy. Are they both going to come in at the same time? Is Mike Rominger going to dip off first? Or is Cameron Hearn maybe going to try a short pitch strategy here in the early stages of the race? So we're getting to that point where we're going to start seeing some green flag pit stops.
Speaking of pit stops, yeah, we should be seeing green flag pit stops anytime past lap 20 for sure. Sometimes maybe sooner if you want to go down and get your fresh rubber to gain time or fresh stickers.
But I tell you right now, I'm looking here at 57 of Hunter McDaniel, 3rd position. He has got his hands full in that 57 Southwest Maverick Motorsports machine. He's got Michael Atkins all over his back bumper, filling up that rear view mirror there in that number 2 machine. Atkins is now moving to the inside here, coming into the turn, trying to get to the inside. He is going to get to the inside, run that low lane in that Camaro. We got a Camaro Mustang battle here as they almost touch, coming on the exit of turn 4. But it looks like Hunter McDaniel is going to just edge him out. Yes, he is just going to edge him out for 3rd. But Michael Atkins is not giving up. And even right behind him, Josh Ward and Ken Huber battling there for the 5th position. So we're starting to get a little bit of battling going on here. As Mike Rominger still leading. Cameron Hearn sitting there in 2nd. Michael Atkins now taking over the 3rd. Here comes Hunter McDaniel, though. He is going to look to the inside on the turn. No, he is going to stay in the draft. Stay on that back bumper there. Michael Atkins just kind of hang out there in 4th. Josh Ward, now 92 of Josh Ward up in the 5th place. Ken Huber 6th. Jason Wells 7th. Steve Dutes 8th. Ken Ladd, he has not really had the last few seasons. He has not had the seasons he's won. He's running in the 9th position. Rounding out your top 10 is going to be the 42 of David Elliott.
How did I ever miss that Mountain Dew pitch black paint scheme? I guess my training paints did not kick in just yet, but that was Michael Atkins Jr. I like your paint scheme. Car in the wall in the back straightaway. That would have been Hunter McDaniel in the 57. He did scrape the wall on the straightaway. First side-by-side battle I am seeing was Ken Huber and Jason Wells. Looks like those drivers are now single file now. There's a Texas Roadhouse machine back there in 10th. That would have been David Elliott. I like Texas Roadhouse. Now you're making me hungry for a steak there, David. But I tell you what, he's running solid in that top 10.
I'll tell you what, I'm taking a look here, though. It looks like Hunter McDaniel's coming under fire from the 92 of Josh Ward. They're side by side here battling for that 3rd position or 4th position. Is Hunter McDaniel on the inside, the 92 of Josh Ward on the outside. Is Josh Ward is just edging him out. Is he going to be able to clear him? No, here comes Hunter McDaniel. It's going to drive it in hard into turn 3 and 4. Got to watch that white line. Get below that white line. That's going to upset that car. But the 92 is going to get a good push off of exit of 4, and he is going to overtake that number 4 position.
There's a really good battle back here, Dave. I'm going to point it out to you. Number 12, John Wimbish, and the 65, Marty Ray, Bryce Whitson Jr., and Travis Pryor. These guys were all battling side by side coming off turn number 4. Now they just even out as soon as I get to about talking about them. And there is a sponsor shout out that I have to give a shout out to that I was requested to. That is from the number 99 machine of Bryce Whitson Jr. On that car, it is Be the Match. And you can join Be the Match with Bryce Whitson at www.join.bethematch.org/Hendrick. I knew Bryce was going through some tough times, and hashtag never quit. That's just the thing. You know, never give up on anything, and that's very inspirational. I see a lot of stuff on Facebook with Bryce. Check it out, folks. Quite frankly, if you can, anybody that can battle through everything that Bryce has battled through, I mean, anybody can battle through anything.
Well, he's got another battle on his hands because here comes the 81 of Travis Pryor. He has been on the move here all night. He is on the inside of the 99 of Bryce Whitson Jr. battling for that 14th position. Looks like they're going to go back single file. Yes, they are. But as you said, a lot of battles throughout the track here.
A lot of good grooves, but that bottom line is going to be the preferred line. But when you're running by yourself, you can run a groove up, and you can still gain good speed. You want as clean air as you can, and the correct line on the racetrack. That's going to get you good spots on the racetrack and have you run consistent lap times. I'm actually going to see here right now who is the fastest car on the racetrack since the drop of the green flag. And that would have been Cameron Hearn as far as the drop of the green flag. Now, this upcoming time by, since the race leader, and we got cars entering pit road right now, number 30 of Ken Huber is the first driver to flinch down to pit road, and he's all by himself. Everybody else stays out there on the racetrack. Fastest car on the racetrack right now is Jason Wells, in 5th right now. Jason Wells, number 64. All right, Dave. Well, we already got Ken Huber down pit road, and I'm sure he's taken 4 tires and fuel. Lap times have fallen off to about under 2 seconds. About a second and a half. Nobody's coming down pit road this time by.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe he just had a little bit of damage, wanted to get down there and get it fixed early. Definitely a short pit strategy that is going to put him 1 lap down, which he will get that back as the leaders go down. We're only 22 laps in, 78 laps to go. Still being led by the 9 of Mike Rominger. He has still got Cameron Hearn all over that back end. Michael Atkins Jr. moved up into the 3rd position. Josh Ward 4th. And the 64 of Jason Wells rounded out your top 5.
It's been clean and green since the drop of the green flag here on the OSR network, here at the AutoClub Speedway. And we might have a battle for the race lead here of Cameron Hearn might kind of strike back on Mike after a little bit of a bottleneck looseness coming off of turn number 2 from Cameron Hearns. Now Cameron Hearns is going to strike back, try to challenge for that top spot. Can't get it done. He's still looking for it. But I think he's a little too far away now to really try to get it in there, to dive it in there to really challenge for that top spot. But a lot of the times you don't want to just dive it in there because your competitor ahead of you doesn't know if you're going to be dive bombing that corner or not. And it's not a good idea just to dive bomb corners. It's just not, because they don't know if you're going to do that or not, and they'll come down on you and a big wreck happens. So always be patient upon your passes on any kind of racetrack. And it looks like Cameron Hearn, he's caught him now. It's just a matter of trying to, okay, how am I going to get by Mike right now? He's doing really good, hugging down by that white line down there, not touching it.
Well, I'm taking a look, though. I mean, these two have pulled away, though. They're about 3.7 seconds, 3.6, 3.5. ahead of the 92 of Josh Ward, who's sitting back there in third. So these two have kind of checked out here. I think maybe Cameron Hearn's just kind of playing a little bit of game, watching Mike Rominger, watching the line he runs, trying to figure out what's going to be the fastest lane, which is going to save the most tires. Because if you could save tires and fuel, as you said, this track is known for the fuel mileage. It could definitely be a big
Ooh.
benefit.
Man, look at pit road, Dave. Everybody coming down pit road. And last couple times by, it was Michael Atkins Jr. who was on pit road, and Bryce Whitson Jr. was on pit road. But now this time by, we got a busy pit road. Josh Ward, Jason Wells, Hunter McDaniel, Marty Ray, Bryce Sinisek, Eric Teskey, Randy Perdue, Brent Kuehl, Travis Pryor, Scott Mitten, all on pit road, getting 4 fresh tires. A couple cars overshot the pit box. I thought I saw the 23 did it. Oh, race leader right now hitting pit road. Mike Rominger on track. Cameron Hearn stays out. 82 of Mike Franklin is in. Richie Evans is in. Jeremy Rigway's in. Tommy Haynes, Dakota Craig, Ken Ladd, Chris Foyles. All right, so that was about 25 to 27 laps so far, Dave. As far as a fuel window is concerned, I should expect the race leader, Cameron Hearn, down pit road this time by. Don't want to give up too much time.
You know, taking a look here, he comes out of turn 4. He is going to stay out, go around another lap.
Somebody should be coming in this time by, though. Nope, I was wrong. All right, so Cameron Hearn, Steve Dotz, David Elliott, John Wimbish, Kerry Cleaver, and Gary Walbolt all have yet to make a pit stop. That is 6 drivers. Everybody else has pitted.
I got my eyes here focused on the 67 of Cameron Hearn. Is he going to back it down? No, he is going to get back on that pedal. He is going to go another lap here. So he may be just trying to run it out on fumes, get as much fuel out and try to extend it here. So we'll see if this pays out here, because you got a lot of drivers with fresh tires and full tank of fuel.
David Elliott is a driver who just pitted this time by, along with the 69 machine of Kerry Cleaver. The number 7 as well of Gary Walbolt is in. So that just remains 3 drivers left out there on the speedway. John Wimbish in third, Steve Dotz in second, and Cameron Hearn, your race leader, all have yet to make a pit stop. So far, the longest I have seen has been the top 3 drivers, and that has been 29 laps. So far, looks like they're going to make up the 30 laps. Or lap 30.
Well, here's the thing, though. Just look, Michael Atkins Jr. and Mike Rominger have got around the race leader. Also, Ken Huber, all back on the lead lap. So they are putting down some wicked lap times. So Cameron Hearn, he is going to have to come in and get some tires here, because he is being passed. A lot of cars back on the lead lap, and you usually go a lap down when you go down on the pit road.
Michael Atkins Jr.'s lap time, 41.461 compared to the race leader's 42.785. About a second and a half, or close to it. Significant difference. Now here comes race leader down pit road. Steve Dotz and John Wimbish, I believe, were on pit road last time by. But here comes your race leader, and that is about 30 laps to the max I've seen so far here tonight on a fuel run. So Cameron Hearn will eventually have the fresher tires. I think this might hand over the lead to Michael Atkins Jr. We'll have to see how this all
cycles. He's actually
cycles.
battling with Mike Rominger right now.
Yes, he is. So since these guys are down turns 3 and 4, race leader right now is in his pit box getting service. Coming off turn number 4, they are going to pass that race leader. This is how much time you lose as far as being a pole sitter and how long you're going to stay out there. Lose a lot of time, but who knows? You might gain that time back. Cameron Hearn, I think he has to stay on the apron until coming off of turn number 2. He does. Still lost a lot of time, though. Not going to be the race leader this time around, but that battle is on point for that top spot. Mike Rominger just got around Michael Atkins Jr. Michael Atkins has yet to lead a lap. Mike Rominger ain't going to allow that to happen, so we do got a new race leader, Mike Rominger. All right, Dave. Well, that concluded the first round of pit stops here at the Auto Club Speedway. And now that would put Cameron Hearn back in 9th right now. Where did Ken Huber end up? Top 5, 5th. Okay, not too bad. I just don't know. I wonder if he's going to lose time to Hunter McDaniel, who's in 6th. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, our top 5 right now is going to be the 9 of Mike Rominger out front. Michael Atkins Jr. sitting in 2nd in the number 2 machine. Josh Ward sitting in 3rd. Jason Wells 4th. Ken Huber rounding out our top 5.
All right, folks. Well, with that being said, we're going to take a commercial break here. And as nothing's really changed within that top 5 of Dave just mentioned, we've been clean and green here at the Auto Club Speedway for Extreme Motorsports 99. Their NASCAR Xfinity Series. Don't go away. We got more action still to come. Welcome back, folks. You are watching the Extreme Motorsports 99.com NASCAR Xfinity Series live here on the OSRN network. We've been clean and green since the drop of the green flag on lap number 1. Let's give you a little bit of a race rundown here. We've already seen one green flag pit stop here tonight. It's all been Mike Rominger, who's your current race leader, started second here tonight. Second place, Michael Atkins Jr. Third place, Josh Ward. Fourth place, Jason Wells. Fifth place, Cameron Hearn, your pole sitter. Ken Huber is in sixth. Hunter McDaniel in seventh. Mike Franklin in eighth. Ninth place, Bryce Whitson Jr. And 10th, Travis Pryor. We are 41 laps out of 100 at 60 laps to go. No cautions whatsoever here tonight at Auto Club Speedway.
Yeah,
And usually all... Oh, go ahead.
These guys put on a pretty good show here tonight, but I mean, I'm sure it's not over. As these laps tick down, they're going to start pushing a little harder because they're going to, I mean, the thing of it is they want to get that win, get locked into the chase.
Yep. Get a win and you're in. That's the deal. I like how you can win races, because if you win races, you should be involved in some kind of championship, unlike past formats. Tell you what, this second on back has been kind of nose to tail here. It's less than a second between these three drivers. That's Michael Atkins Jr., Josh Ward, and the 64 machine getting really close to that back bumper. That was Jason Wells. Pole sitter Cameron Hearn starting to gain on these guys little by little. Ken Huber, who was one of those early pit stop drivers. Actually, he was the first one on the pit road last time by in green flag pit stops. And sixth. Looks like he's under fire right now from number 57, Hunter McDaniel. Side by side, coming off turn number 4. Hunter does not beat him, Ken, to the line. So Ken Huber trying to do everything he can. Now with this battle, and this is going to throw the 82 of Mike Franklin into the mix. He's caught these two drivers. I think that's the only battle on track we have. Oh, no. Michael Atkins just lost a spot from Josh Ward. Josh Ward now to second. Josh Ward's been pretty... Oh, Michael Atkins got a little tight. And Josh Ward gets a little loose. Jason Wells was probably the most stable car coming off that corner. Pretty good battle for this for the second spot. And the driver out front, Mike Rominger, who's over 3 seconds ahead, is like, see ya. Atkins looks like he wants to look to the inside on Jason Wells. Like nothing producing there, but how did that battle turn out with Ken Huber? Ken Huber lost those two spots from the 82 of Mike Franklin and Hunter McDaniel. Looked like Mike Franklin wanted to go after McDaniel there, but could not get the job done this time around. This is going to throw the number 60 of Steve Dotz right up to that back bumper. It looks like the tires have kind of gone away a little bit on Ken Huber. Franklin in the 82 thought about going to the inside on McDaniel. He still just might. He will down in turn number 3. That is a battle for 6th. Right behind these two cats would be a battle for 8th. Nothing has changed for 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. Cameron Hearn is gaining on little by little. He's all by himself. But this biggest battle right here, I'm seeing Hunter McDaniel in the 82 of Mike Franklin. Look like Steve Dotz got around Huber. Travis Pryor is not too far behind these cats, along with Richie Evans. So far, it's been pretty great racing here at the Auto Club Speedway. This is probably the cleanest I have seen it in a while. Other than I guess you could say I've been running too many of them official races at Auto Club. I
I tell
think
you
I
what,
might take.
though,
Oh, go ahead.
Travis Pryor's definitely made some leeway here. He started 30th, now breaking up into the top 10 here. So he is on a mission. He is wanting to show that he belongs here as well, as he's been picking these drivers off one by one after starting in that 30th position.
Yeah, a good run by Travis Pryor in the 81 machine. What kind of paint scheme is that? I gotta look. I gotta call out these sponsors. You gotta give the sponsors some help. Driving for Autism Awareness is on the hood of Travis Pryor.
Actually, the funny thing about this paint scheme right here, Tanner, is, well, not funny thing. This paint scheme was actually painted by his grandmother, Pat T, who is in the chat. That is a Pat T iRacing special paint right there.
Gotta give it a shout out. That's for sure. So nice paint design, Pat. For Maverick Motorsports, I'm reading on the side of the car. Good paint scheme. Good paint scheme. I like the red and the black on that scheme. That's pretty cool. He's now breaking the top 10 after starting 30th. Right now, side-by-side battle with Hunter McDaniel. He might get a good run on the exit of the corner. I believe he will. He will. Battle behind that was Richie Evans in the 24 and the 30 of Ken Huber. Did anything change between Ward and Wells? My answer is those guys are running nose to tail. Atkins Jr. has fallen off the pace of those two drivers now. Cameron Hearn not too far behind, a little over a second behind Atkins. Where is our... we got a car that's really pushing tight. Nope, not pushing tight, but a car going to pit road. Josh Ward hitting the pits. So did I miss any other pit stop on track?
No other pit stop. Actually, we've got Josh Ward, Ken Huber, Bryce Whitson Jr. They're all down on pit road. So second round of green flag pit stops. We have been green flag. That's right. No cautions here tonight. These guys have been running. Right now we are lap 50 of 100, lap 49. So we have been green flag since the drop of the green flag.
3 drivers on pit road right now. This might be a good call signal for everybody else to come to pit road. We are at 50 out of 100. This is the halfway to go right now as Mike Rominger passes the start-finish line. So 50 laps to go, halfway finished. More takers on the pit road. Jason Wells, Mike Franklin all hitting the pits. Another driver in pit road, Bryce Sinisek, the number 10 back there.
The 50th Scott Minton also down on pit road, so yep. Looks like a second round of green flag pit stops underway.
That number 10 was Jeremy Rigney. Pit stops are underway for the second time today at Auto Club.
Race leader down on pit road, Mike Rominger coming down pit road. Looks like Michael Atkins is going to stay out and take over the lead here. Cameron Hearn staying out as well. Steve Dutz staying out. So
yeah, Travis Pryor, Richie Evans, Hunter McDaniel, Marty Ray, Eric Teskey, Dakota Gregg, all on the pit road. Ken Ladd's on pit road. Trying to cycle around through these green flag pit stops, timing and scoring just a tick all over the place. That's okay, because I got a track map that's kind of like reading all these car numbers hitting the pit road, and I got a list of numbers. So, but Atkins Jr. is going to stay out. Cameron Hearn is not too far behind, less than a second. Number 60 of Steve Dotz still stays out.
Well, looking at these numbers, we're definitely still going to need one more pit stop here tonight.
Try to make it under lap 50 to, every driver's going to have at least one more pit stop. That's a very good call. John Wimbish right now on pit road, the only driver on pit road at the moment.
So that's going to leave our top 10 right now. Our top 9 actually still needing to pit. Here comes the 2. Michael Atkins down on pit road.
Atkins on pit road. There's another driver on pit road. That would be the 42 machine, David Elliott. Cameron Hearns retakes the race lead. He is your pole sitter for tonight. Who else is there? Number 40 is on pit road. That would be Joshua Gillen. Couple maybe more other cars. 28, Chris Voiles on pit road. So we're getting there, Dave. We're coming down to it where these rest of the race leaders should stay out. The longest I've seen anybody stay out was Cameron Hearn. He reached 30 laps. It's been 25 laps since he last visited pit road. So if he's gonna stay out on longer runs as he has been, he should be coming in the next 5 laps. Any time from now to 5 laps. I think Randy Perdue should be coming in this time by in the number 5. Had to keep an eye on that. It's been 30 laps since he visited pit road. Thing is that if all these drivers are taking pit road, man, I hate to be going and staying out there and losing all that track time. Fastest car on the racetrack is Marty Ray with a 41 flat. And Cameron Hearn's running a 42.7. Yeah, almost 2 seconds. Oh, that's over a second and a half.
Yeah, that's a lot of time for this track.
It definitely is. Think about how much of a tenth of a second you're picking up in the middle of a corner. All right, just as I predicted, number 5, Randy Perdue, is on pit road. Number 7, Gary Wobolt, is on pit road. So 4 drivers have yet to make pit stops. Cameron Hearn, your race leader. Steve Dotz in second. Tommy Haynes, championship leader in this series, is in third. Fourth place, Kerry Cleaver.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing you got to look at, though, jumping back, the 92 of Josh Ward has pitted. He's on the lead lap. Mike Rominger, Jason Wells, Michael Atkins, Bryce Whitson Jr., and Mike Franklin have all already pitted, but they have already made their way around the leader to 67 of Cameron Hearn and on the lead lap. So the thing of it is this going to bite Cameron Hearn in the later stages of this race?
It might. I think it will if we stay green flag, but we do got a battle that would be technically for the race lead once green flag pit stops cycle around, and that is Mike Rominger, who's got a nice run coming off turn number 2 on Josh Ward. Can't do nothing with that run just yet, but once green flag pit stops cycle around, this would be the battle for the race lead. Nothing producing for Mike Rominger just yet.
Well, the 17 of Tommy Haynes down on pit road. So now we only have our top 2, Cameron Hearn, Steve Dutz, still need to pit here. So just our top 2. Everybody else has already completed their green flag pit stop.
All right. Championship leader, Tommy Haynes, and Daytona winner from last week. Eggs in his pit box. He has got 4 fresh tires, and he's on the way. Still got 1 more pit stop left to make. Steve Dotz has actually been out there for 30 laps now. I assume he should be coming down pit road this time by.
Nope, he is going out for another lap here, Tanner. Looks like he proved you wrong.
Yep, and that would mean Dotz would have been out there. He is the longest driver I've seen, 31 laps. That beat Cameron Hearn. Mike Rominger has yet to get around Josh Ward. They're still side by side. This will be potentially for the battle for the race lead as soon as Dotz and Hearn pit. A little bit of a side draft going on, trying to slow the momentum down of Mike Rominger. That is Ward on the high side, Rominger on the bottom. I don't
You know,
know. That's going to be very difficult to hold on to.
I'm watching the Steve Dutes down on pit road. Cameron Hearn looks like he is staying out, but I'm looking at the differential. Mike Rummager's only 25 seconds back from Cameron Hearn. Same with Josh Ward. Jason Wells is about 29 seconds, and it's actually getting smaller. So this is actually could hurt Cameron Hearn because this is going to put him further back as when he goes down on the pit road.
Hitting later, it definitely hurt Cameron Hearn. But again, we might see caution that might bring him back into the mix. But I don't know. Cameron Hearn may be the pole sitter, and he was very strong in the early stages of this race. But by staying out for a long time, unless there is a method here that I don't to this theory that I don't know about, he is going to lose spots. I mean, when green flag pit stops happened for the second go around, the highest he made it was 5th. And he was like 9th, so he gained 4 spots during that second green flag run after the first pit stops. Very interesting strategy, though, so we'll have to see if Cameron Hearn can prove me wrong here. So far, everybody's been proving me wrong here tonight.
You know what I think he's trying to do, Tanner? I'm looking, we're 39 laps to go. He is 32 laps on his run. Makes me wonder if he is just trying to push it where he can make this one more pit stop.
Do we have a possible maybe in-car camera of Cameron Hearn?
Yes, we can definitely go to the in-car of Cameron Hearn.
Maybe we can actually hear the engine tone.
Yes, he is clutching it here in the turn, so he is saving fuel. He is going to try to make us on one more pit stop.
He is. Actually, I think he's trying to save just enough to where he could probably make it on fuel, and maybe this will be his last pit stop. I'm actually not hearing him clutching it this time around, though. I can see his RPMs. Oh, he's got to have to pit right now. He's got to give it up. How long was that? That was 33 laps. And we got 38 to go. That's a long shoot, though.
I mean, can he save 5 laps in the next 38 laps?
Man, I don't see that happening. I cannot foresee that happening there, Dave. Unless you race fans here in the chat tonight, can tell me wrong. What do you think?
Well, that is going to move Mike Rominger up into first place. Josh Ward second. Jason Wells third. Michael Atkins sitting in fourth. Mike Franklin fifth. Bryce Whitson Jr. sitting in sixth. Hunter McDaniel seventh. Marty Ray eighth. Travis Pryor ninth. Ken Huber rounding out your top 10 after your second round of green flag pit stops.
New players in there in that top 5 spot. I should say in the top 10, actually. How about Bryce Whitson in 7th? Started 25th. BeTheMatch.org Chevrolet Camaro. Run very solid. Not a scratch on that number 99. Had it wrecked out a week ago in Daytona, but hey, that's Daytona. He can still bounce back. Usually I'm used to seeing Bryce up towards the front of the field and battling for the top spot, but tonight he just started from the back of the field, and now he's sitting pretty in 6th place, just ahead of him, Mike Franklin. Let's see here, Dave, since we're done with green flag pit stops, where that put Cameron Hearn. Folks, Cameron Hearn, 20th. 25 and a half seconds and lowering, I should say, from the race leader. A lot, and this pit stop, he lost more time to the race leader. Obviously, with all that saving he's done, but obviously, who knows? There could be a method to this madness here. I mean, if he makes it to the end, that means he just pulled the Carl Edwards of 2008 at Texas. If anybody remembers that race, but I mean, still, I can't. Everybody's gonna have to make a pit stop. I cannot see anybody trying to make it to the end. If there's one driver that's probably gonna make it to the end, it's probably gonna be Cameron Hearn. But again, I cannot foresee him saving 5 laps.
So Tanner, I am actually riding on board with Cameron Hearn. He is already in fuel saving mode. He
Yeah.
is shutting
Oh.
it down on the entry of the turns.
Okay. Well, with that being said, then yeah, then he's gonna try to go for it. Then I mean, otherwise, yeah, he made his bet already. He may be in 20th back there. Then he's probably, yeah, he ain't gaining time on leaders. Not very fast what you would see on fresh tires, but
So we have a fuel mileage game. The question is, let's ask everybody on the chat. Do you think the 67 of Cameron Hearn can save 5 laps, be able to make it without coming back down on the pit road? Is this strategy going to bite him? We're going to find out after these quick words from some commercials. We'll be right back here on the OSR Network with Tanner Sharp and Dave Everly.
Welcome back, race fans, and that was our final commercial break of the evening. We are staying with you to the end of this Extreme Motorsports 99.com NASCAR Xfinity Series at the Auto Club Speedway here on the OSRN Network. Mike Rominger is your current race leader. He is pitting this time by. This is a short pit. There's a lot of stories going on right now, but let's start off with Mike Rominger. He's down on pit road. Ken Huber already pitted. Brett Kuehl has already pitted as well. Bryce Whitson has pitted. John Wimbish has pitted. Jeremy Rigney has pitted. Steve Dotz, Bryce Sinisek, Chris Kucha have already pitted. We got more takers on pit road right now. Obviously, Mike Rominger's your race leader. He's on pit road. Mike Franklin is on pit road. Richie Evans is on pit road. David Elliott and Scott Minton. So a lot of drivers making pit stops right now, trying to make it to the end right now with only 26 laps to go, set lap 75 out of 100. And I tell you what, at 76 out of 100, I tell you what, the big story is, where is he? Cameron Hearn trying to make it to the end. He was already trying to save some fuel. He's currently in 7th right now. Before commercial break, he was in 20th place. He gained 2 spots during that commercial break time frame. But now with everybody else hitting pit road, guess what? Hearn has now taken over the race lead. Hunter McDaniel on pit road. Dakota Gregg. Everybody hitting pit road. Marty Ray, Eric Teskey, Ken Ladd, Travis Pryor, all hitting pit road. I think Dakota Gregg stayed out. Did he stay out? I'm showing he stayed out. Okay, so Hunter McDaniel was the one that went pit. But Dakota Gregg stayed out. Tommy Haynes stayed out. Joshua Gillen stayed out. Kerry Cleaver stayed out. And Randy Perdue, who's back in 18th, are the only drivers who have yet to hit pit road. Here's the kicker, though, with all this. Excuse me. Tommy Haynes, it's been 20 laps since he last visited pit road. Dakota Gregg, 26 laps. Cameron Hearn, 14 laps ago. So, and Josh Ward is actually, he already pitted. He's already up in 4th spot. Joshua Gillen has stayed out. He's in 5th. He has stayed out. Mike Rominger, who's dominated the day, in 6th. Wow, ever since we got back from commercial break, it has not been nothing but a topsy-turvy of a fuel event. And that's what Auto Club Speedway brings you, whether you're watching on TV in real life or here on iRacing on OSRN Network, Racing Simulation.
Well, here's the thing, though. Mike Rominger has pitted. He is now up into 5th. He is only 17 seconds behind our race leader, Cameron Hearn. And it is actually closing. It's now under 16.8 seconds below. And he is gaining on him in a hurry, and he does not have to worry about fuel.
Lap times of Joshua Ward and Mike Rominger, who is sitting 4th and 5th place respectively, about 15 to 16 seconds behind. Those times are closing like drastically, quickly. Where is Josh Ward on track compared to Josh Ward is down, coming off turn number 2. Cameron Hearn is just now coming off turn number 4, just in turn 4. Coming off turn 4 now. Josh Ward is already halfway down the back straightaway. So they're coming. Here's another good note. Last time at the line for Josh Ward, 15.869 seconds back from Cameron Hearn. This time at the line, wait for official timing and scoring, 14 flat. So 1.5 every lap. And now, here's the bad thing. Cameron Hearn, look at Cameron Hearn. He's stuck in traffic. He's got guys going around him like crazy or on tires. That's going to slow down lap times. Cameron Hearn at the line now. He's made his bed, in my opinion. Now Josh Ward, remember, 14 seconds flat was the last time by at the start-finish line. 12.784. That's over 2 seconds. That's about, oh man, just under a second and a half. What did I say? It was 14?
I do believe so.
Yeah, okay, so that's just under a second and a half, a lap. And we got to give a little bit of a shout out to Tommy Haynes. He has yet to visit pit road.
Yeah, he's got 24 laps in. He's going to have to come down on pit road. There's no way he'll be able to make that.
Tommy Haynes, who won Daytona last week, is your championship leader. He hasn't had a bad day, but he just hasn't been running up towards the front. Last time I did see him when he was on tires, he was back there in about 22nd position with everybody staying out. This has brought him up to second spot, but I can't foresee him making it to the end. I totally agree with you, Dave. Another second and a half pickup by Josh Ward.
They're now under 10 seconds behind our race leader with 18 laps to go.
I think the only thing that's going to change the complexion of this race here, Dave, and I hate to put a commentator's curse on anybody within the field, but it would be a caution. That's the only way that this is going to turn out to be in Cameron Hearn's favor. Right now, Mike Rominger, I'll keep a tabs on Mike Rominger here because he is catching Josh Ward. But according to the calculations here, it's been 20 laps. It's going to be 21 laps right now at the line for Cameron Hearn since he last visited pit road. The longest he went was 33 laps. That's 12 laps from now. And there's 17 laps to go. Interesting. I don't think he can make it. Gotta save 5 laps.
Well, he was shutting it off as soon as he come off pit road, though, after he got fueled up.
Yep, he was. But here's the kicker. Josh Ward and Mike Rominger is coming because they are now less than 8 seconds away from Cameron Hearn. Yeah, they're going to be battling side by side. Sure, battling side by side can slow lap times down. But these guys have the fresher tires than Cameron Hearn. And I just cannot see Cameron Hearn winning this race unless we do get a caution. I think the battle will come down to Josh Ward and Mike Rominger.
Well, they're now 6.3 seconds in closing, and we still got 16 laps to go. Taking a look here. Let's go on inboard here with Cameron Hearn, see if he is still clutching it in. Yes, he is still shutting it off in turns. Question is, does he have enough fuel to battle with Mike Rominger and Josh Ward?
And the reason why he's staying on the lower part of the racetrack is not just to get out of the way, but you can conserve a lot more fuel when you're not on a banking of a racetrack, Dave. A lot of times I do that on iRacing when I'm in fuel saving mode, like at Texas or Atlanta or even Charlotte. I always, under like a caution flag, would try to get on the apron of the racetrack, hold down the clutch, shut off the car, and I'll just coast on that apron, and I save a lot more that way. Yeah, he is just trying to make it to the end. Cameron Hearn actually finished in 10th place a week ago in Daytona. He is currently tied in 9th place in the point standings. And he is sitting right now as the race leader. And you got to look in that rearview mirror of Cameron Hearn because less than 4 seconds away comes Josh Ward and Mike Rominger. And we got about 13 laps to go. I'm in the 13 laps to go this time by at the line. I mean, I mean, you got to save 5 laps. That's just too much. That's just too much. Especially with the 65% of a fuel load that these guys have in these cars, and usually a full fuel run is about maybe a little over 45 laps. That's a full fuel run in a real NASCAR race. These guys are only using 65%. So the battle is on for second place, though, between Ward and Rominger. Ward is on the high side. Rominger's on the bottom. I think Rominger, yeah, he has fresher tires than Ward. But overall, I think Mike has a better car in a long run than Josh Ward.
Here's another thing, though. They're under 2 seconds now back from Cameron Hearn here with 12 laps to go.
They're not, yeah, Cameron Hearn is not going to win this race, I don't think. And actually, he's on the apron. He's in the throttle right now. He sees them coming. Hearn is doing everything he can to save gas, but it ain't going to happen today, I don't think, unless you see a caution flag right now. He's still staying out there. But he's riding on the apron of the track. That's fine and dandy. But here comes Rominger and Ward. And actually, I think the 17 is on fresher tires. Yes, he is. He's a lap down. Here they come. Battle for the race lead, Dave. Rominger, huge run, obviously, fresher tires. The fuel strategy does not pay off for Cameron Hearn. Going to have to come down pit road. Unless he's just trying to salvage a top 5 finish and trying to make it to the end. You know you're not going to win the race. Here comes Josh Ward. All right, and Rominger has pulled away. 3/10 of a second. I shouldn't say pulled away, excuse me, but he is starting to pull away. He's got clean air, with the exception of the 17, who's on fresher tires. That would be your championship leader, Tommy Haynes, getting his lap back after being a lap down. But Tommy is going to pull away since he's got those fresh tires. He's going to drive the heck out of that thing. So realistically, there's not really traffic for Mike Rominger to be battling in.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Rominger, though, he is about 5/10 ahead of Ward, so he is sitting in pretty good. The question we still have, is Cameron Hearn actually going to be able to go 10 more laps on this tank of fuel here?
Yeah, that's like the only story can Cameron Hearn make it to the end and score a top 5 finish? Where's Cameron Hearn at? Cameron Hearn is just getting out of turn number 2. He's in third. Fourth place driver is in turn 2 now. That would be Michael Atkins Jr. coming off turn 2. I mean, he's got practically a whole straightaway to catch Cameron Hearn yet, so it'll be a little bit before Michael catches Cameron. Got 9 laps to go. Coming to 8 laps to go, this time by at the line. Your race leader is Mike Rominger. Second place, Josh Ward. Third place, in fuel conservation mode, trying to score this out of a top 5 finishing position, was your pole sitter, Cameron Hearn. Fourth place, Michael Atkins Jr. started 9th tonight. Jason Wells rounding out your top 5. I guess I can give a shout out to the rest of that top 10. Bryce Whitson Jr. started 25th, currently in 6th. Having a great run tonight for that Be the Match Chevrolet Camaro. Mike Franklin, Black Rifle Coffee Company Ford Mustang in 7th, started 14th. Steve Dotz, not showing a paint scheme on my end here, Spectrum Dave here, Dave, but started 5th, currently in 8th. Eric Teskey had an eventful day after banging off the wall a few times and being in the back of the pack. He's in 9th, started 11th. And rounding out that top 10, Hunter McDaniel started 4th. Mike Rominger has pulled 7/10 of a second ahead of Josh Ward, so nothing happening up towards the front. Not really seeing any kind of side-by-side battles for position on the speedway, probably with the exception of Hunter McDaniel trying to get underneath Eric Teskey. That will be a battle for 9th. The biggest story, though, I think, as far as making on fuel and making it to the end, would be Cameron Hearn now getting passed for third by Michael Atkins Jr. No competition there. Hearn was all the way on the apron, and high above the track comes Michael Atkins. So Atkins takes third away from Cameron Hearn. Jason Wells is right behind him, sitting in fifth, about to pass Jason Wells right now. Should be given 3 and 4 right here. Yeah, he will. Cameron Hearn is now going to lose fourth. 5 laps to go. And it's been, for Cameron Hearn, 33 laps. Now coming across the start-finish line, yeah, it was 33 laps. So 5 laps. Now it's either Cameron Hearn's going to come down pit road this time by, or he's definitely going to stretch it out to the end. Something to keep an eye on, because here comes Bryce Whitson. This will be a battle, and once Bryce gets to Cameron, this would be for the top 5, for 5th. No competition. There goes Bryce Whitson.
Well, 4 laps to go. Next flag will end the race. If there's a caution, that's going to end this race, Tanner.
Yes, it will. No green-white checkers on iRacing. Very unfortunate, because I like green-white checkers, even though some drivers would say, Tanner, are you nuts? That would be a disaster. Well, Cameron Hearn, right now, is going to... this is the longest he's been out there out of any other driver. It's been 34 laps. Last visit at pit road. He's getting passed for another position right now by Mike Franklin. That's a battle for 6th. Franklin, no competition. I think Hearn is just trying to salvage a good points-paying day. A top 10 spot, at least. Mike Rominger, nothing has changed up towards the front, folks. Mike Rominger has pulled away from Josh Ward. It is now 2.5 seconds. Michael Atkins Jr. is in third. 4th place, Jason Wells, and Bryce Whitson Jr. in 5th. That is a lap car in front of Bryce, by the way. That would be Kerry Cleaver. All right. Well, where is Mike at? I got to find him all around the racetrack here. He should be on the back straightaway. Yes, he is. All right, folks. Well, we're going to have to call it down here, David, with Mike Rominger, because he is coming to the white flag. I know Cameron Hearn's in fuel conservation mode, but the real story, but the top sports, that would be the top story. But the biggest right now is Mike Rominger coming to take the white flag. So let's call the white flag lap here for Extreme Motorsports 99, their NASCAR Xfinity Series. Mike Rominger down in turn number 1 and 2 for the final time here tonight. Dominating performance here. Started second. Knew what he was doing on the pit stops. Had perfect pit stops really all the way across the board for that number 9 Napa Auto Parts Camaro. Down in turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Unless something really bad happens of an internet connection loss or something, it's going to be Mike Rominger coming off turn number 4, and he's going to win here in Daytona, race 2 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com NASCAR Xfinity Series. Congratulations to Mike. Josh Ward is going to finish in 2nd. Michael Atkins Jr. in 3rd. Jason Wells 4th. Rounding out the top 5 is going to be Bryce Whitson Jr. And folks, I hate to say this, but Cameron Hearn has ran out of gas on the final lap. And he is down on fuel, going 49 miles an hour. He is coasting, Dave. And he lost a lot of spots.
The thing is he going to make it to the start finish line there, Tanner?
I don't think so. His speed is dropping. It's 40 miles an hour now. And he's got about maybe 100 yards. He's going straight to the pits. I don't think he's going to make it. 35 miles an hour. Dead gone.
Well, I mean, he took a risk, but good job to Mike Rominger, though.
Absolutely, and where Cameron Hearn is going to finish here tonight, he's going to have to tow it. He cannot make it even to his pit box. So Cameron Hearn, according to iRacing official results, will finish 20th. All right, well, let's. Do we have any drivers here, Dave, to talk to? At least the top three: Rominger, Ward, and Atkins. Let's see if I can pull him up here in TeamSpeak. Let's talk to Michael Atkins. He's up here, close for me to pop in. Michael Atkins, do you have a copy?
Yeah.
Well, Michael, you salvaged a top 3 spot here today at AutoClub Speedway. You started 9th. You had an eventful day today in that Mountain Dew pitch black paint scheme of yours. By the way, I like that paint scheme. Tell me about your day. It seemed like the handling, the tires were the big story as well. Handling, was it loose, tight? Sometimes it looked like a little bit of both, but obviously I wasn't the one that was driving the car. You were. So how was your day today?
Well, at start, it was pretty tight, and I pushed it too early, and they got by me, and I fell back to 4th, and I just felt like I was like, all right, I'm gonna ride behind them, see their line, see what they're doing, and I've honed in on it, and just before the last pit stop that run, I just ran it till the tank went out and see what the setup was going to do as far as whether it was going to stay tight at the end, stay loose at the end. It started loosening up, so I just ran out and went down pit road, and took the fuel I needed to with 4 tires to get to the end, and I was just lucky to hang on with 3rd because 4th place was coming pretty quick there.
It definitely was, and I tell you what, was it really hard to get on the pit road? Did you see any drivers like overshoot their pit box or anything like that? Because it just seemed like it was a very smooth race, all race long, caution free. A lot of good racing because this track's nice and big and wide. And I'm sure the weather has helped out tremendously in situations like that. But was pit road a difficult spot tonight?
Well, funny you asked that. What actually saved me with the 3rd place finish was I'm looking at now, Jason Wells 64. He just, that last pit stop, I followed him right in. I knew that was the only chance I had, and keep a little bit of pressure on him with his pit stop, and he just slid right through his box right in front of me. I said, well, if I can just match him speed for speed and base pound for pound, I can stand a good chance of holding him off. And yeah, I mean, I'll take 3rd place finish, considering I don't run the Xfinity cars that much in official races, so this is all a learning curve for me. But 3rd place just right out the box, first race in this league is, yeah, I'll take that with a handful.
And with that being said, yeah, your first start of the league of the series here tonight, and now we're gonna wrap up Auto Club, and that should give you some good momentum and some good confidence. Do you plan on running any more Xfinity Series races for this series?
I plan on running all of them. Next week is
Vegas.
I've grown to love Vegas, but we're waiting on some tests to come back from at the end of this week for the first of next week. I may have to miss it with the arrival of me and my wife's second child, so I'm playing it by ear. So I may be here, I may back, but may not. But as of right now, I plan on making it. So.
All right, sounds good. Well, hopefully you do. Hopefully you are able to make it next week at Las Vegas. But if not, hopefully we do see in the other races like Texas and Bristol that is upcoming after Vegas. So congratulations for a top 3 spot here tonight, Michael.
Thank you very much. See you next week.
That was Michael Atkins Jr. finishing third here tonight. So let's go down to victory lane to talk to Mike Rominger. Mike Rominger, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, great race tonight. Dominating performance, shall I say. I mean, you were up there. You were leading laps. You started second. You hit your pit stops right on the nose here tonight. Didn't really have any kind of issue on pit road. I should say, I guess it was a perfect race for you. But were you worried at all during that time, that last green flag run, whether Cameron Hearn could make it to the end? We were kind of guessing up here, no. But obviously, now with the results, he did not. But were you worried at any point?
Oh yes. I kind of contemplated doing the same thing he done, but I knew that he had a chance to make it on 2 stops. But I thought the best bet for me is to go 4 or 3 stops and do it that way. That way I wouldn't have had to save so much fuel and still be fast. The 92 had me worried there for a while too, because he was going in a lap or 2 before me, and it'd take me 6-8 laps to get around him. So I thought if he pits and I don't see him, and he pits like 3 laps before me, he may take it. So yeah, they both had me worried there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talk about you had Josh Ward worried because he was pitting a little bit early, like 1 or 2 laps before. Tires, they they mean so much every kind of build we get on iRacing, and it just seems like 1 lap on tires and your tires are kind of shot after someone else who just pitted. Even though if you pitted a lap later or a lap earlier, they just mean so much. Does the handling really go away on the car that fast?
Oh yeah, it really goes away quick. I knew if the 92 pits 2 or 3 laps earlier than me, I'll have that back later on in the run, because I'll have 2 or 3 lap pressure tires. So I had that on my side, but I think I was a little bit faster than him, but Cameron really had me worried there, because I knew if he could pull that off and be out there a ways, he could really get the win, and there wasn't nothing I could do about it if that happened.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, Mike, you've been on a roller coaster of a ride, really, since Daytona. You finished 7th after starting 32nd at Daytona, and here tonight you started 2nd. You come away with the win. You got some pretty heavy-duty momentum. How do you feel about your chances next week at Las Vegas?
Well, Las Vegas is a pretty good track for me, but I mean, I'm looking forward to Texas. Texas is more my style. It's slipping around, tire wear.
It's one more question. Was there any kind of slipping around today? This doesn't seem like there was a lot of slipping around with these cars today, with that track temperature being 75 degrees. Was there any kind of looseness, slippery sliding today?
No, I didn't feel it. It kind of had a lot of grip, but with a lot of grip, it seems like it wears the tires pretty good. So, yeah, I'm just looking forward to the rest of the season. I got a win. I'm in the chase. I'm happy.
All right, Mike. Well, thank you for taking the time to come talk with us. Congratulations on the win tonight, and we will see you in Vegas next week.
Yeah, I'd like to thank all my teammates at Alliance Racing Group, Richie and Cameron. They help out a lot, and they have a lot of information. So, we'll just have to get Cameron and Richie one this year and battle it out in the chase. Thank you.
That was Mike Rominger winning the race here tonight at the AutoClub Speedway. Now let's go down to 2nd place, Mr. Josh Ward. Josh Ward, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, Josh, it looked like you had Mike on his toes after a little bit, because you were battling pretty good with him. You were able to keep with him, but towards the end there, he kind of just slipped away from you. I think he pulled about 2.5 second lead on you. But although you had a great run here tonight at the AutoClub Speedway, starting where you started third tonight, so top 5, and you had a top 5 car all night long. Tell me about your night tonight.
It was a really fun race. I think we were pretty even through 3 and 4, and just 1 and 2 I could not figure out. I was watching him. Like if you watch the last 10 laps of the race, 20 laps of the race, I was moving up and down, changing my braking points, trying everything I could. And 3 and 4, I was hitting the white line, kind of kicking the back end out a little bit, and really helped me rotate. And I tried it a couple times in 1 and 2, and it just didn't work the same way, and almost slid out from under me. But yeah, just 1 and 2, he was so much faster, and he really had the faster car. I tried to short pin him a couple times, and racing side by side, we were pretty even, but there was no keeping up with him tonight.
Yeah, he was bad fast here tonight, and he actually got away with one on Daytona unscathed, actually finishing 7th. But Josh, when you talk about he was better, and I think you said you were even in 3 and 4, but you couldn't figure out 1 and 2. Correct me if I'm wrong, but with 14 degrees of banking in turns 1, 2, and 3 and 4, it just seems like turns 1 and 2 seems like it's a different corner than what 3 and 4 are. Would that be is that a true statement?
Absolutely, it's a completely different animal. Just in the way you enter 3 and 4, you can. My style, I like to get on the gas. I like to get off the gas early, get off the gas early, and then get back on the gas early, and then just come whenever you're coming off 3 and 4, you have more of an angle where you can get back on the gas earlier, and just 1 and 2, you just can't get back on it as quick, and I just couldn't quite figure out. But yeah, you watch the last 20 laps of the race, every single time I went through 1 and 2, I was trying something else and just couldn't get it figured out. Ended up burning the right front off, and just couldn't catch him.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to do. It just seems like it's hard to pass as soon as the tires start to wear off. Hard to pass at a track like this here at AutoClub, even though it's a wide groove racetrack. But I tell you what, there, Josh, you score your first top 5 finish of the season, and it should give you a good confidence booster, momentum booster, heading into the next race, which is next week at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It is a 1.5-mile racetrack, not a 2-mile D-shaped track, unlike what AutoClub in Michigan are. But we are going down to Vegas. Do you feel like you're going to get lucky in Vegas?
I really like the 1.5 miles. They're kind of my favorite tracks. I really like the 1 mile tracks the most. But yeah, Las Vegas is one of my favorite tracks. It's just kind of a fun place to go. It's a lot of grip, and you can just do a lot with the car, short pit people, and I think there will be a lot of strategy there. But all in all, a really good race, and I want to thank Rick Donovan and everybody else who puts this together, because it's an awesome league to be in, and probably the most well organized organization I've been a part of.
All right, Josh. Well, we thank you for coming to take the time to talk with us here tonight. Congratulations on a 2nd place finish here, and we will see you next week at Las Vegas.
Thank you.
That's Josh Ward, folks, finishing in the 2nd position here tonight. Dave, let's read off our finishing results, final comments, and then we will wrap her up. Mike Rominger winning the race tonight. Josh Ward in 2nd. Michael Atkins Jr. finishing in 3rd. Jason Wells finishes 4th. And Bryce Whitson, my hat's off to him for starting 25th and finishing 5th. Mike Franklin finishes 6th. Steve Dotz in 7th. Eric Teskey in 8th. Hunter McDaniel in 9th, and rounding out that top 10, Travis Pryor. Hats off to him as well, who started 30th tonight. Ken Huber finishes in 11th, Marty Ray in 12th, John Wimbish in 13th, 14th, Ken Ladd, 15th, Bryce Sinisek, 16th, Scott Minton, Jeremy Rigney in 17th, 18th place, Dakota Craig, 19th, the last car on the lead lap was Tommy Haynes, and Cameron Hearn, coulda, shoulda, woulda, got a top 10 tonight, but field strategy did not play off. He finishes 20th, and he was the pole sitter of tonight's event. Kerry Cleaver in finishes 21st. Brent Kuehl in 22nd. Gary Wobolt in 23rd. 24th. Josh Gillen, 25th. Randy Perdue. David Elliott, 26th. 27th was Richie Evans. 28th was Chris Voiles, and Chris Kucha finishes 29th. That started the tail end Charlie. 29 drivers started the race tonight, and Nick Hunt and Andy Starcher did not start this evening's festivities. Dave, final thoughts before we move to Las Vegas.
Well, Tanner, it was a good race. It went green flag. We saw some pit strategy. It didn't quite play out, but I'm excited to see what's going to happen next week. Definitely.
Yep, folks, and join us next week. We are back live here again on the OSRN network for the Lilly Diabetes 250, and it would be on March 28th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, next week, Wednesday, 133 laps at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We'd like to thank the ExtremeMotorsports.com Racing League for allowing us to broadcast here tonight. Thanks to all the drivers for putting on a great show here. And thanks to Dave for all the work he has done behind the scenes as far as all your cameras he's provided here tonight. I'm Tanner Sharp, and this is David Everly. Good night from OSRN Network.